Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Watch You Strappin. These are not watch reviews. This is a quick wristwatch check with a specific watch and strap pairing, just to show the combination, have some fun whenever I got time to do this kind of stuff. And we can consider these sort of an ongoing or supplemental videos to either an existing review or maybe one yet to be had. But basically, just give a little bit more feedback or insight into a particular watch whenever I do these as well. So this is a TAG Heuer Aquaracer Solargraph, and this is the one in titanium. And yes, this is a really cool watch. I understand it is quartz and is solar, and it is not inexpensive for such a watch, but this is a luxury product, and the thing works pretty damn accurately. It's robust, it's always accurate. I don't think I've lost a second or gained one since I set it. Probably, how's long been? It's at least a month ago or so. It's holding really nice and steady, and I think there's definitely a place for quartz watches, and frankly this watch, this particular model only comes in this configuration as of yet. In some ways I kind of hope it stays that way. It makes it sort of exclusive, this Solargraph in titanium with this particular execution. They do have one in stainless steel, but one thing it doesn't have is the light blue accents, such as on the fully light blued seconds hands that's taken away here. I have to look at the dial. It might still have the little markings around the outer edge, but at least the hands, it's not like that. And it does make a heck of a difference in the overall appearance of this watch. Just that pop of brightness, but it's not like overly bright. It's sort of a calm, desaturated, and not so in your face, bright highlight of color, which is cool. I think it really works well with this color scheme. You should see the watch in its complete entirety on its titanium bracelet. But yeah, overall, as you can imagine, it's all angular and grayed out, or fairly matte in tone with that titanium, grade 2 titanium. And it can look very dull and tooly, which some might like and may desire, but I think in juxtaposition and maybe contrast, the dial has this pizzazz to it with this, I would say anthracite, or this grayish, dark gray radiant dial with these horizontal banding. I don't know, some might call it a teak texture or pattern, but whatever you want to call it, I think that looks nice. And with the applied indexes that have and even the applied logo, gives it a bit of pop already, like a little bit of extra shine, so it's not all dull and toned down and low key. It's got this extra little something to just kind of bring it some life back into the dial, especially with what I believe, I gotta check it out again, but I think the light blue color, or you might consider it light teal, they call it a polar blue. I guess it's a very cool light blue color, which makes sense to me, but just that tone against that gray and and everything just works so nicely. I really like it. And as such, you might have seen that I made a bespoke strap through the lugs on a Alcantara leather strap. It's checked back a little while ago. I might bring it back and do another video since it's been a while, but I think that was a really cool combination, and I made sure that the contrast stitching was matching the accent color here, that polar blue. And in this case, I have on a NATO-style strap. I'm not saying it's a NATO strap, it's a NATO-style. So no dings on my account or this video, please, because I'm not saying that it is a NATO strap, because it isn't. It's just a NATO style. There are a number of things different, especially if you look at the way the hardware buckle here is pretty intricate, the way it's looped in through here. It's not just a simple attachment, as you can see, and this is where you can adjust, further adjust the wearability of this strap. Actually, this is actually from cheapest, well, it's not called cheapest NATO strap because you can't use NATO. It's called CNS Watch Bands, and I bought from them many times, as you might have seen in my videos, and they're a good source for a good variety of straps. Some stuff they do better than others, I have to say, but for overall, for the price, not bad. And I don't recall what the specific style is. If you really want to know, I'll try and find my invoice on my email, and I'll get the model and let you know. I do believe the color of this is what they call mint green, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'll have to check my notes, and I will write it in the description if I have a chance to do so, just to see what they exactly call this. But I've been looking for, straps that match this color. Wanted a rubber strap, preferably FKM, but I haven't found one in exactly this light of a color or this shade. Something that looks more bluish or otherwise too dark or not quite right. But this one, and I'm going to go with the fact that I believe it's called mint green, is a very perfect match to the polar blue color that's being used on this watch. As you can see, I don't think you can deny that it pretty much perfectly matches that color exactly. Yes, the hardware is not titanium, nor is it blasted, finish such as the case, but it is stainless steel and it is brushed, and I suppose that's the next best thing. It's better than high polish, I would say. That would definitely not match, but at least with the brush finish, it takes down the shine and makes it look a little bit more flatter, not completely, but closer to this at least, and that's good enough, I think. And besides, it's on the other side of the watch, so you can't really see it directly for the most part. And so there is a lot of adjustability here, so you can basically, it's hard to show you without taking this off, but it's a little bit of a pain making this adjustment. But once you can figure out exactly where you want to have this buckle land in relationship to these holes, and also in relationship tongue tied, this strap, the way I have it done, I don't want it to fold back over, and I don't think it would fit through there. It's pretty tight. I don't think you can really fold it over and wrap it back through like you might do with a more traditional NATO-style strap. I just wanted this to run through and then end right here, and this neatly be held by this last keeper here. By the way, this keeper happens to be adjustable. It can actually move up and down, but I prefer to keep it here because it's just what's going on here is it kind of makes the strap kind of come out a bit more than it would normally do because of all this extra material just right inside here. This is where you adjust it, and once it's adjusted, basically the way it folds and intertwines in there, interweaves in there, it'll hold just by friction, so that's not going to slide out of place. But you do have all this extra material, and that kind of makes this part that's coming through the buckle or the clasp and then wrap over and then back out this way, it just pushes it out just a bit. So I prefer to keep the keeper closer to it to keep it as tidy as possible. If you imagine if I moved it out more towards this, which doesn't make sense, I don't need it to be out here anyways, this could have a chance to kind of hang out looser potentially. If I push this in closer like I am right here, it should kind of secure this area down a lot better, and so far it hasn't removed. And so I think this works well. It still comes up nice and clean, and it doesn't reach too far over on this side, at least for my wrist size, which is 7 inches. How you configure this and your wrist size may vary, but this way it just comes up, but then it doesn't rise so far up that you start to see it creep up almost towards the case and lugs already, right? It's far enough down out of the way, and there we go. But it's reaching almost, not quite mid-September, but it sure feels in Northern California like summer weather, because it's been like in the high 80s, 90s, some places well over 100 in Northern California, and it's definitely still feels like summer. And so what better than a nice titanium watch, Solargraph. It's going to take advantage of that sun, this nice bright blue color, and I paired it up with a strap that matches it pretty perfectly, and I think this gives a nice summer vibe. And like summer watches or summer colored, I guess, themed watches, you can actually really, it kind of works conversely in a colder environment, situation such as winter, provided those summer colors are not like bright and intense like orange or yellows, and something too warm, but something cool. People often associate white with the summer, wearable for the summer. That can also work in the winter. In this case, I think being this cool, I guess I can call it a polar blue or mint green, whatever you want to call this, that could certainly work, you can imagine, during the colder winter times as well. And so that's cool. It's quite a versatile strap. This color combination can work pretty much all year round as far as I'm concerned. I don't really limit my watch wearing to seasonal events. And there we go. The TAG Heuer Aquaracer Solargraph. Yeah, I think this is a cool watch. It is pricey, oddly pricier than the automatic versions, but it's a heck of a lot more accurate, probably more durable. I probably wouldn't, I think in terms of shock, absorption and everything, this will probably handle it better than a mechanical movement, almost certainly. It still has 200 meters of water resistance. The grade 2 titanium is gotta be careful. It can scratch, but I'm usually pretty careful so far, knock on wood. Hope I'm not gonna get one right after this video, after just saying that. But yeah, I think it works out pretty nicely. What else can I say about this? Yeah, I think overall this is a pretty darn good looking watch. I just love the angles and everything, and it just works for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy your watches. I know I still am. Later.